I am Alex, and I have spent 5 years in a peaceful marriage with my wife, Claire. Our life was calm and pleasant, until Claire's mother, Evelyn, began frequenting our home after her husband's passing. Evelyn exuded a mature woman's unique elegance. Time seemed to have left no significant marks on her, and even as she entered middle age, she remained irresistibly charming. At first, I got along well with Evelyn. She was passionate about sharing stories of her youthful adventures, and we often engaged in lively discussions about books and films. Family gatherings were always filled with endless topics. But one summer afternoon, everything changed. That day, Claire went out to a friend's gathering, leaving only me and Evelyn at home. Evelyn, dressed in a loose linen dress, sat lazily on the couch flipping through a magazine. Sunlight streamed through the window, outlining her graceful figure. My gaze inadvertently drifted over her, and my heart raced. An indescribable feeling stirred within me, but I immediately averted my eyes, feeling guilty for such thoughts. After that day, Evelyn seemed to sense my unease and began visiting our home more often. Whenever Claire was away, she would find clever excuses to stay and spend time alone with me. Once, while helping me in the kitchen, she deliberately held the seasoning bottle in my hand a little longer than necessary. At that moment, I felt a rush of panic, but a secret longing also began to bubble up inside me. This dangerous relationship grew like an uncontrollable snowball, spiraling out of control. We began to have more physical contact, seemingly accidental but full of hidden meaning. Each time, I was overwhelmed with guilt, but I couldn't resist. One cold winter night, Claire was away on a business trip. Evelyn suddenly called me, her voice trembling, saying the heating at her house was broken and the cold was unbearable. Worried, I rushed over. After inspecting the situation, I found the heating issue was quite severe and couldn't be fixed immediately. Evelyn asked me to stay with her until morning, until someone could come to repair it. The guest room blanket wasn't warm enough, so she insisted I sleep in her room while she took the guest room. In the middle of the night, I was awakened by a faint noise. I opened my eyes and saw Evelyn standing by the bed. She was dressed in a thin nightgown, and her eyes were filled with clear desire. At that moment, reason and emotion clashed fiercely in my heart. Eventually, driven by intense desire, we crossed an ethical line that should never have been crossed. Afterward, I was consumed by endless guilt and pain. Every time I faced Claire, I felt like an unforgivable sinner. Meanwhile, Evelyn seemed to have changed. She began sending me flirtatious messages and showed me special attention in front of Claire, with no attempt to hide her feelings. I tried many times to break free from this chaotic relationship, but whenever Evelyn appeared, all my resolve crumbled instantly. Then one day, I accidentally glimpsed a text message on Evelyn's phone. The sender was an unknown man, and the message was intimate, mentioning a large sum of money that was about to be obtained. My heart filled with doubt and anger. While Evelyn wasn't paying attention, I checked her call history and text messages. I was shocked to realize that Evelyn was maintaining ambiguous relationships with multiple men, and I was merely one of her many prey. Some of these men were wealthy businessmen, others were her old lovers, and she used these relationships to gain money and material benefits.